Hey y'all, what's up? I'm here for the review for Love and Hip Hop New York Season 6, Episode 9. But before we get into that, I just want to ask you guys just to pray for my family. I just found out not too long ago one of my great aunts passed and everything. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have a close relationship with her. I didn't grow up with her compared to some of my cousins or whatever, but I know my mom, she, grew up with her and everything because, that's my mom's first aunt. So she grew up with her and all this stuff, and it's, my mom, she had just came in from work or whatever, so I had to break the news to her. And it's a hard thing. It's just hard to really see your mom upset and just, that's a hard thing to see or whatever, but I'm just glad that my aunt doesn't have to suffer anymore because I know she was sick for a long time. So, yeah, just please pray for us and everything. But, yeah, that's all I had to say on that. But let's just get started with the review. Um, this was like a commercial free episode, I guess you could say. Because they gonna be gone for 2 weeks or whatever. I'm just like, Mona just gotta drag this shit out, huh? She just gotta drag this shit out. Like, I'm ready for the motherfucking reunion now. But I mean, whatever. So we pick up where we left off with Cisco and Rich having a conversation, and Cisco was like he was trying to teach him a lesson. Rich is like, you can't teach me a lesson over somebody I don't give a fuck about or whatever. I was just like, oh, okay, like this is just really not a good look for Mariah Lynn. Um, you know, what else happened? Rich is pretty much trying to get Cisco to see that that she was playing both sides of the fence, and that he trying to get their brotherhood back, pretty much, or whatever, the creep squad back or whatever, and Cisco, I mean, Rich was like, now had it been Moniece or whatever, maybe I would have gave two fucks or whatever. And then Cisco, him, they start going back and forth, this, that, and the third. That's when Cisco proceeds to push Rich, and I'm just like, really? You push him? Like, I mean, I guess, whatever, so he pushes him. I mean, Rich did kind of fall back a little bit, but it was just still kind of like, who does that? Well, I mean, what guy does that anyway? But anyways, so they escort him outside. He starts talking to Mariah Lynn, yada yada yada, and he claims that at first he wasn't just talking to her. I mean, he was just talking to her to get back at Rich, but then he started to like her and everything. But then it seemed like she started playing both sides of the fence and all this stuff. They had yada, they have a conversation. Like, she felt like she was set up and all this other stuff. And I mean, Mariah Lynn, you did kind of put yourself out there though to look like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, moving on from that, we get Yummer. She has a conversation with her sister about DJ Self or whatever, and she's saying how their relationship is getting better. But then, the little sister is like, are you, she kind of like, well, have you seen this picture on Instagram or whatever? And she just kind of brushes it off at first, like, well, it's just probably a groupie or whatever. And then that's when the little sister plays a conversation that DJ Self had on the radio with Rose or whatever. And she was like, poppin' chulo, like, I'm so glad you called me, and all this other stuff. And little sister, she's suspicious about it. She said we should pop up at her workplace and everything. And Yerma's kind of uneasy about it at first. She don't really want to do the whole workplace thing, but then she like, fuck it, pop the motherfucking truck and let's ride out on this hoe. So after a while, she kind of with the idea of, going to the workplace or whatever. So anyways, we get Remy and Yandy. Remy enlists Yandy to help her out with this wedding and everything. And Remy is pretty much telling Yandy about her family issues or whatever, and how her mom her and her mom, the last conversation they had, it was an argument, and how her mom said she wasn't going to be there. And Yandy is pretty much on the same tip that Pat Poose is on. They got to make that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So, and also Yandy was talking, like she was trying to regulate shit a little bit, talking about sparkles or whatever on Remy's dress, and Remy was like, no sparkles. No sparkles. But anyway, so Mendices meets up with Cameron, from Dipset, and they're talking about his sneaker line and everything. Mendices, he tells him that when he was in jail, he kind of was spitting a little bit. He admits that he's not like a rapper or whatever. That's not like his thing. But so I mean, Cam told him to go in the booth or whatever. And Mendici started spitting and everything, and Cam liked it. I mean, I don't know how I felt about it. It felt like Mendici's flow was kind of off. It might just be me, but it just felt like his flow was kind of off or whatever. But I mean, Cam liked it, so I mean, hey, whatever. But moving on, we get Remy and Pap. Her mom visits. Pap is like that this conversation is necessary, but sometimes Remy, when she's really hurt, she can be very stubborn and everything. And her mom is starting to express herself to Remy and everything, this, that, and third, and she's kind of tearing up, and Remy just kind of looking at her like, I was just like, well, damn. Yeah, I felt like her and Pat Poose's mama had a more heart-to-heart conversation than her and her mom. In my opinion, anyway. You know what I'm saying? She was just looking at her mama like she couldn't wait for her to say her piece or whatever. But Rem, she just felt like her mom should have been there more, instead of putting, when she was in jail, instead of putting everything on Pap. I mean, like I said, I see both sides of that situation when it comes to the person that's in jail and the people that's outside of jail that have to suffer or whatever. But she invites her mom to the wedding, although she's still mad. So we get Yerma again with her sister, and they show up to the beauty bar where Rose works at. And Rose already knows about Yerma or whatever. And she be talking about DJ Self on Instagram and how she's corny or whatever. I'm like, she corny, but you sitting up here claiming a nigga that ain't claiming you. But I mean, child, I guess, But anyway, so Yerma asks Rose, are they seeing each other? She's like, yeah, or whatever. She was like, he comes up in here all the time or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We got history and all this other stuff. They started kind of going at it, Yerma talking about something, he sucks my pussy all the time or something like that she was saying. And I was just like, are you going to use this every time you get into an argument with somebody? That's a good thing? Like, if that's the only thing a man has to offer you, then you ain't got no man. You just got a nigga that got good sex game or whatever. Although I don't see that from DJ Self. But I mean, I don't know. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, she's saying that like as if that's some grand shit to be thrown out there, but not Yerma. Rose was like, well, once he fucked me or whatever, you ain't gonna have a man or whatever. I was just like, well, damn, but she tells the little sister tells Rose to come around the counter or whatever. Rose comes around the counter or whatever. Security immediately steps in front of her, and she talking her shit or whatever. I guess Yerma felt like, well, since I can't get to this bitch, I'm gonna knock the clothes off the fucking rack or whatever. And I was just kind of like, I mean, I don't feel like Yerma would have really did shit anyway, because I mean, she don't seem like she could fight after what happened between her and Cardi. So, but anyway, so they escort them out, whatever. Moving on, Remy and Pap, they meet up for dinner. Remy is pretty much trying to bribe Pap or whatever because she wants to change the venue. I'm like, why do they always gotta bribe each other? Like, I noticed that they be having to low key bribe each other with shit. When it seemed like to me, it like they would have done shit for each other regardless. Especially Pap. It seemed like Pap is just, he's willing to give Remy anything that she wants. But anyway, so she lays it on him. She wants to change the venue, and he kind of a little upset about it at first because he just put the deposit down, or Mona put the deposit down, whoever they put the deposit down on this castle and everything. But she was like, it's not going to fulfill her Winterland experience because the leaves are going to, the grass is going to be brown, the leaves are going to be falling, and all this other stuff. And so she says that she wants to have it at an ice skating rink. And so Pap, he's okay with the idea, saying that she deserves it or whatever, because they done been through, like, this is a small sacrifice to him or whatever, because they done been through a whole lot or whatever. So they, kiss or whatever. Moving on from that, we get Yerma meeting up with, actually she pops up on Self with her sister at his job at Power 105.1. And, Yerma confronts him about the whole shout out situation. She brings up the whole Instagram post or whatever, and like, she's asking him questions. He acting stupid or whatever, talking about some like, you want me to name everybody that's in the club, you know what I'm saying? Like, that stupid look he be having on his face, just always fucking laughing about some shit, like some shit funny. And she tells him that she went to the beauty bar or whatever. Well, he sitting up here. Actually, the little sister played the conversation. Well, the radio shout out or whatever. And he was like, "What's going on here? Y'all tag teaming me or something?" And she was like, "We should be jumping you." I was like, Yorma had said that to him. I was like, I guess he needs. I don't know. Somebody need to do something to him. Wipe that damn smirk off his damn fucking face. But anyways, so she tells him she went to the beauty bar and met Rose or whatever, and he told me something. What, you went to go get your nails done or whatever? I was just like, nigga, now you know damn well she ain't go get her motherfucking nails done at no damn beauty bar. At no beauty bar with motherfucking Rose. You know she went there to go confront her about what the fuck y'all been doing. So, she asks, did they fuck or whatever? He says that they didn't or whatever, and I'm still inclined to believe. I don't know if I could believe that 100%, even though Rose, did say that they haven't fucked yet neither. But I don't know. But she asked. So then that's when she asked, did they kiss or whatever? And he gonna have the nerve to talk about something. She kissed me. Nigga, it takes two to tango, and yes, although she did push herself up on you like a thirsty trick, you let her. And Yerma, she was like, did you stop her or whatever, and this, that, and the third, and he was, like, he tried to play it off like as if, like the way he kind of was acting, like he was acting like as if it was just like a kiss on the cheek or something, and like it was just a hug and all this other stuff, like, child bath. And then he was like, people touch me all day long, you know what I'm saying? And Yerma, she pretty much tells him to go fuck himself, and she's pretty much done with him. So moving on from that, we get Peter and Rich. Peter is telling Rich about his situation with the Mina and Tara. So, and then Rich tells Peter about what happened with Cisco. Peter is shocked or whatever. He's saying that they shouldn't let no chick get in between them, especially a motherfucking Diamond Strawberry. He was like, we the Creep Squad. Creep Squad reunite. Okay? We can't let these hoes come in between us. It's bros before hoes. Okay? But like I said, I don't know. I mean, from the pictures that I've seen, it don't seem like they they still all the way back together. I'm not sure though, but it seemed like they still replaced him with DJ Self, replaced Cisco with DJ Self or whatever. But I don't know. But Peter says he's going to have them to have a conversation, and around the end of the episode, they all sit down, three of them sit down and have the conversation, and they actually show an extended 15 minutes or whatever, like I guess 15 minutes of the first 15 minutes of episode 10 they showed or whatever, and they showed Peter and I mean, they showed Cisco and Rich talking or whatever, and pretty much they good, at least for right now anyway, whatever. Moving on from that, the last scene is Remy, Ra, and Yandy. Remy calls Ra to pretty much make up, and they're at a boxing place. Rem says that she's pretty much stressed out or whatever. She was like that, and Ra told her, like, you the one who had the attitude, like, I still would have helped you and everything, like, I wasn't that mad to where I wouldn't have helped you or whatever, and, she said, Remy is telling her she can't get the dress that she wants because it's not going to be ready until 6 months from now, and they don't have that kind of time or whatever. She was saying, she was saying that she should give Remy a petty award for being petty and everything. And Remy Ma, she admitted that she petty or whatever. I mean, hey, at least she admitted. Remy does kind of strike me, as somebody who does, she don't get her way. She gets upset or whatever, and she can be kind of a spoiled brat. I mean, I kind of get it though, because sometimes, like, I get upset when things don't go my way neither. I mean, I don't act like a complete bitch, you know what I'm saying? But I do kind of be like, rolling my eyes and shit when shit don't go my way sometimes. But I'm working on it. But, so she tells, Rob that she enlisted Yandy to help her out and all this other stuff. And, so Yandy comes in. Ra is looking like, she looked back at Yandy and looked back at Remy like, bitch, I know you ain't invite this bitch while we on the motherfucking date. I do kind of agree that Rashida Ali do kind of give that lesbian tease or whatever, the way she be acting. Child. But anyway, so we already know the tension between those two or whatever. Remy is introducing them, and Yandy is like, we already know each other or whatever. And so she's like, Remy, she's kind of like, can y'all wave or whatever, and Ra, she just kind of looking at her like, bitch, please. And that's when Ra, she kind of starts grilling Yandy with all these questions, talking about some, do you know her favorite flower or whatever? And she was like, baby, tell her what your favorite flower is. I was like, see, Ra, that's why people think, because like the way she just went about, like the way she was touching Remy when she said it, you know what I'm saying? And she starts asking more questions or whatever. Yandy was like, I don't know what's all this with Ra or whatever, but I'm here for Remy or whatever, and she needs to, only thing she needs to be concerned with is finding Remy a pair of shoes. I said, ooh, okay, Yandy. But Yandy pretty much is, claiming the wedding is her wedding or whatever. Rashida looking confused, like she ain't been knowing Remy all but 2.5 seconds, and that might be be even too long or whatever. And she's sitting here talking about this her wedding too or whatever. See, Yandy, she kind of acting like Joan Clayton from Girlfriends. Y'all remember when Joan would sit up there, whoever was having the wedding, she would be the one to volunteer the plan or whatever, and then she be acting like the shit is hers and try to incorporate shit that she like in there instead of focusing on what the person that's getting married likes. Only thing is Yandy is already married. But yeah, you know, she giving me John Clayton tease. I'm just saying. But that's all I got for y'all. That was pretty much the episode. You guys remember they gonna drag this shit out, so we ain't gonna see them for 2 weeks or whatever. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you guys come back. Make sure you share the video. And once again, you guys just pray for me and my family. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.